It's Tara, your resident harmony nerd. I've been on a long break because I was moving, and I am back for Ear Training Tuesday. For those of you who are new here or you don't know me, I'm a professional singer. I'm based in New York City. I'm also a vocal coach, music educator, and content creator. I learned very early on in my content creation journey, which started about a year ago, that music theory and singing technique information is gatekept. It's hard to find good information. It's expensive if you want quality one-on-one training. And so I was very fortunate in my childhood to have excellent training and teachers looking out for me, giving me discounts on lessons and things. And so this is my way of paying it forward to you all. If you're new here, welcome. And if you've been a part of the community for a while now, welcome back. I'm so happy to be back. We have regularly scheduled music education sessions 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Today is Ear Training Tuesday. We also have music theory Mondays, warm-up Wednesdays, free voice lesson Thursday, and frequency Fridays, which is like confidence building and soul searching stuff to help you put yourself, your craft, your creative energy out into the world, because that can be very scary. Okay, so today's topic for Ear Training Tuesday, we're going to work on ear training major triads, okay? The reason I chose major triads for today is because they're super important if you want to learn how to do vocal harmony. So I'd say a lot of harmonies in Western music is built upon triads, okay? And we have major triads and minor triads, right? And you're gonna hear predominantly major triads if a song is written in a major key, and you're gonna hear predominantly minor triads if a song is written in a minor key. Today we're going to focus on major triads because they're a little bit more popular in Western music than minor triads. And then if there's enough interest, we can work on minor triads next week. So if you're brand new to this space, you might not know that there are no stupid questions here. There's no shame in being a beginner. Wherever you are is totally okay. I'm here to meet you where you are, okay? And we're going to just be ear training today. There was no Music Theory Monday yesterday because I was traveling. So I'll talk you through a little bit more of the music theory for major triads today than I usually do in an Ear Training Tuesday. But the focus is ear training. What the heck is ear training? So what ear training is it's developing something called relative pitch. Okay, so what we're trying to do is memorize the distance between different pitches, a starting pitch and then a secondary pitch. And what we call the difference between the two pitches, we call those musical intervals. Okay, and it's really important to be able to hear and memorize musical intervals for things like to develop skills like sight singing, or if you want to be one of those people who can just sing a harmony part on the fly, then you're going to want to really memorize what a major triad sounds like and be able to sing it anywhere, okay? And be able to pick it out with your ears too, to be able to hear it and go, oh, hey, that's major triad. So if you were in chorus class, when you were in school, you might have learned a triad with solfege syllables, which solfege syllables are like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, okay? So you might have learned a triad like this. Do, mi, sol, mi, do, okay? You also, if you play an instrument, you might have learned it with scale degree numbers instead of solfege syllables. So the difference is, let me show you the whole scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That is me singing a scale using my solfege syllables. Now I'm going to sing it using scale degree numbers. Hey, Raphael. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so they're just two different ways to identify the same pitches. Okay, one way is solfege syllables and one way is numbers. Now, I'm going to use numbers mostly when we're working today. And the reason I do that is because I was trained very much as a singer, as a vocalist, and we use solfege syllables. And now that I'm a grown person, professional singer working in bands, if I say to a guitar player, can you play the do, mi, so? They're like, what are you talking about? But if I say, can you please play for me the 1, 3, 5? They're like, got you. Okay, so the reason I'm going to use scale degree numbers as I teach you is so that you can, if you are specifically a vocalist, you will have a better chance at being able to communicate with instrumentalists. Okay? Now, how do we memorize musical intervals? It sounds kind of like a unicorn, right? So the way that I was taught to memorize these intervals and practice them is that we pick a popular song that our brains already know, already have memorized, and we pick 2 pitches in that song to represent each musical interval that we're working with. If this doesn't make sense to you right now, it's okay, stick with me. I'm going to show you how it's done. But I also just wanted to let you know, whether you're here with me on YouTube Live or whether you're here with me on TikTok Live, that if you go to my link tree in my bio on my main page, that there's a button to sign up for my email list. And in exchange for your email, you're going to get a free Vocal Harmony 101 PDF. And that walks you through the music theory of how to build a major triad and how to practice this ear training on your own. So if you really want to learn how to sing vocal harmonies, or you really want to understand how harmony works and you want to practice it on your own, go to that link tree, click that first link in my bio, and get that free PDF, because it's going to walk you through step by step. You do not need to know how to play a piano in order to do this. I even give you a link to a free virtual piano, and I walk you through step by step how to play a triad and then how to practice hearing and singing a triad, okay? So that's a really valuable resource if you're brand new to triads. So what we're going to do first is we're going to just sing through a couple triads, almost like we're singing a warm-up, okay? And this way we're just going to start to get it in our brains, get it in our voices, get it in our muscle memories. So if you have a higher voice like me, you're going to start hearing. If you have a low voice, you're going to start an octave below, but I can't hit this pitch. Can y'all hear the piano? Would you let me know in the comments? Does it need to be louder? It seems like it might be a little quiet. Can you hear it? You can, if you don't want to type in the comments, you can also just give me a like or double tap to let me know that you can hear the piano, okay? Double tap is likes if you're new to TikTok. Okay, cool. Thank you, Edgar. All right. So we're going to just start practicing. Yay! Thank you, Edgy Poo and Ainen. Did I say that correctly? You can let me know. I hate mispronouncing people's names. Okay. We're going to start with do. Excuse me, we're not going to start with do. We're going to start with numbers. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. Okay, so this is a standard major triad. Triad meaning 3 pitches. And the reason we're saying 1, 3, 5 and not 1, 2, 3 is because we're working with the 1st scale degree, the 3rd scale degree, the 5th scale degree, the 3rd scale degree, the 1st scale degree. So the numbers that we're using are scale degree numbers, okay? Sing it with me. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. That's the basic major triad that we're going to be learning how to sing by ear and ear training tonight, okay? Now let's keep working on it like it's a vocal warm-up. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. Sing with me. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. Even if you're not a singer, try to sing along. It's going to help you learn how to hear a major triad. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. Back down. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. last one. Okay, cool. So the reason I had you just sing a bunch of major triads as if they were a vocal warm-up is because it's going to help your muscle memory and your brain kind of start to retain and memorize exactly what we're working on here, which is how to memorize and sing these major triads. So when we are ear training, we are ear training by one musical interval at a time, okay? And how many notes does a musical interval contain? Does anybody know? Drop it in the comments if you know. I just dropped in, but that felt really good. Heck yeah. I'm so happy. Singing is so fun. Thank you so much for the heart me. Hey. 3 is how many notes there are in the triad. We have 1, 3, 5, and then we repeat 3 and 1, okay? But for a musical interval, we only need 2 pitches, a starting pitch and an ending pitch. And then the space in between determines the interval. So if I start on a 1 to a 3, that's the interval of a third. If I sing a 1 to a 5, that's a fifth, okay? Now, that means that these major triads contain different intervals. They have a 1 to 3, that's a third. And then a 3 to a 5, that's a different type of third, okay? And then we can also go from 5 to 1 or 1 to 5, and that's a fifth. So we have, when we are defining musical intervals, we have the number of the interval, the 3, the 5, the 6, the 7, okay? And then we also have the quality of the interval. This could be major or minor. This could also be perfect or diminished or augmented, okay? Thank you for the rose. All right, so when we're learning how to sing a major triad, the space between 1 and 3 is a major third. The space between 3 to 5 is a minor third. And the space from 1 to 5 is a perfect fifth. I'm going to say that one more time. 1 to 3 is a major third. 3 to 5 is a minor third. 1 to 5 is a perfect fifth. 5 to 1 is a perfect fifth. 5 to 3 is a minor third. And 3 to 1 is a major third. Okay? So in a major triad, 1 to 3 is always major. 3 to 5 is always minor. And 1 to 5 is a perfect fifth. Fun fact, the perfect fifth, the outsides of the sandwich on the triad, they are the same, regardless of whether you are playing a major or a minor triad. What changes is the third. Major triad has a major third, minor triad has a minor third, but the outside of the sandwich stays the same, the 1 and the 5. Make sense? Does anybody have any questions? Now that we've done a little bit of the music theory, we're going to start the actual ear training portion. So I'm going to chill for a second, have a sip of water, and if anybody has questions, you drop them in the chat. And then we're going to start our ear training. And again, if you're just joining me, my name is Tara. I'm a professional singer and music teacher and content creator based in New York City. And I've been singing professionally for 15 years. I can't believe it's been 15 years. I made a video earlier. I posted it on TikTok and YouTube Shorts, singing a song, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've been doing this for 15 years. How wild. But if you want some more support around learning major triads, what are they? How do we build them? How do we sing them? How do we memorize them? Go to my link tree, which is in my profile, and the first button says join my email list. And when you join my email list, in exchange for your email address, you're going to get a free PDF. And that free PDF is Vocal Harmony 101, which is major triads. So it's going to teach you, even if you don't know how to play an instrument, totally cool. It's going to teach you how to learn how to play the major triad on the piano so that you can practice on your own, okay? And if you don't have a piano, that's fine. There's a hyperlink on the PDF to take you to a virtual piano in your browser, okay? Yes, please download it. I love it. And the great part is, like, I don't have a regular schedule with my email list yet, so you're not going to get bombarded. I think I've sent out one email since I started this email list. So, but I am developing some new offerings that'll be coming out soon, so I'll be emailing when those are ready to go. I'm putting together PDFs that support these free online sessions, and they'll be somewhere between like $3 to $5 each. So if you like what I'm doing on Ear Training Tuesday or Warm Up Wednesday and you want to work on it on your own, you can buy the PDF. And I'm also working on putting together group music lessons that'll be online via Zoom for like $10 to $15 each. My mission is really to make music education more accessible to the general public and the general population, because it's just been gatekept for too long. And like, who benefits when we don't use our voices, when we don't make music, when we don't spread joy, right? Like, who benefits from that? Nobody we want benefiting from it, right? So I want to empower people to use their creativity and their musical gifts. And if you don't feel like you have any musical gifts, you can develop them. That's another thing I think people don't realize too. A lot of people think you're either born with it or you're not, and that's not true. You can learn how to sing. It's a motor skill. So yeah, I love it too. Yes, I'm happy you're here. Welcome. Okay, so we're going to start ear training, and the first musical interval that we are going to ear train is called a perfect fifth. Now that's the outsides of the sandwich for the triad, okay? The 1 and the 5. The reason I'm starting with the perfect fifth is because it's everywhere in Western music, and it tends to be easy for many people. So this is going to help build your confidence, right? And if you have trouble with this one, that's okay. It just means you need a little more practice. Remember, no shame in being a beginner, and the more you practice, the better you're going to get. Okay, so as I said, we use songs to memorize these intervals. 1, 5. Okay. So I would love for you all at home to listen to this interval. Can you think of a song that has this? I'm going to give you some examples, but I want to see if you hear any on your own first, okay? 1, 5, 1, 5. Do you hear any songs in that? I'm going to give you like 30 seconds, and then I'll give you a couple of my own. All right. No guesses yet. I'm thinking, can't remember. It definitely sounds familiar. Yep. It sounds familiar for a lot of reasons. All right, so there's a lot of different songs that you can choose to memorize this, and you take which one works for you. I like to use the beginning of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Everybody knows it. It's pretty universal, so it makes it easy to memorize. And I don't know if you've ever noticed, but Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star is the same melody as the alphabet song, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Okay. No little star required. The first 2 twinkles are your perfect fifth. Twinkle and twinkle, or A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But we just need A, B, C, D. Okay? Anybody have any other thoughts? My personal favorite is from The Wizard of Oz, which is probably more popular right now because Wicked is just blowing the roof off of everything. The movie was so good. Oh-wee-oh, yo-ho-um. So in the original Wizard of Oz, the guards that are guarding the Wicked Witch of the West Palace, they sing that little chant. Those are all perfect fifths. Oh-wee-oh, yo-ho-um. Okay? If you're a Star Wars fan, bum, bum, ba, 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 bum, bum, ba, 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 bum, ba, 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 ba. The first 2 notes. Ba, ba. All right, that's a perfect fifth. The beginning of Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis Presley. Wise men say perfect fifth. So let me know which one is your favorite in the comments, and then we're going to do some practicing, okay? And whichever one everybody likes in the comments, that's the song that we'll use to practice with for today. If nobody has a preference, I'll use Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star because I think it's the most universal. Okay, let's get started. So the way that the practice session works is that I'm going to play the 1, the first scale degree, also known as your starting pitch. Okay, and so then you're going to use Twinkle Twinkle or the Star Wars theme or one of the other songs that I suggested to find the perfect fifth above. So let's start where we just began. So if I play this and I say, "Hi, how are you, Anissa? Oh, it's been such a minute. It's good to see you. We're doing some ear training, perfect fifths." So if I say this is the one, that means this is your first twinkle of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Twinkle. Can you sing the second twinkle? Go ahead and sing where you think the second twinkle is. Here comes the answer. Twinkle, twinkle. Are you singing this note? If you are, then you got it correct. Let me know in the comments, how did you do? Or you can double tap the screen and give me some likes over here on TikTok or thumbs up on YouTube. That lets me know that you got it correctly and that we can move on and keep practicing. Sometimes if you don't understand something, it could be my fault. It could be the way that I'm teaching something. So if you let me know when something is confusing, then I can try to explain it in a different way that maybe works better for the way that you learn. So, cool. All right. Seems like everybody got that one correct. No questions. Cool. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to move your starting pitch. What we are essentially doing is transposing the perfect fifth to a new key. Okay, so I'm going to play a new starting pitch. This is now your first twinkle. That's for low voices, okay? Twinkle, can you find the second twinkle? 1, 2, here comes the answer. Twinkle, twinkle. Are you singing that note? Twinkle, if you're singing this one, then you got it correct. How did we do with the first transposing of the perfect fifth? Did we get it correct? I think we did. I'm seeing those hearts flying. Yay! Amazing. All right, so now what we're going to do is, now that we have the hang of it, I'm going to kind of start rapid firing, okay? We're going to keep practicing these perfect fifths, and I'm going to keep changing the starting pitch, okay? And I'll start easier, and then we'll get harder. What makes them harder? When I start in a very high spot or a very low spot, when I really change where we start, that can make it a lot harder, okay? Here we go. Here's your new starting pitch. High voice, low voice. Twinkle, sing the next twinkle. Here comes the answer. Twinkle, twinkle. Did you get it correct? O-E-O, yo-ho, perfect fifth, perfect fifth. Good? All right, here we go. Next one coming in. They're going to start getting a little harder. High voice, low voice. Don't have that note today. I'm going to play the note 3 times, and then here comes the answer. Twinkle. How do we do? 1, 5, twinkle, twinkle. Now, the reason that one was harder is because I left more space in between that one and the last one. Were you still able to get it? How'd it go? I think yes. We're getting the double taps. We're getting the likes. I think that means we're doing good. No questions? All right. 3 more perfect fifths. Yes, it is a bit harder. Did you do it, though? We're going to do 3 more, okay? And then we're going to move on to thirds, all right? Here we go. Next note. Twinkle, high voice, low voice. 1. Here comes the answer. 5. Are you singing this note? If you are, then you got it correct. 1, 5, twinkle, twinkle. Yeah. Awesome. 2 more. Here's your new starting pitch. 1, 1, high voice, low We're getting it. I love it. Here comes the answer. Twinkle, twinkle. Or if you have a lower voice, twinkle, twinkle, 1, 5. Hi, Edgar. Nice to see you. We're learning perfect fifths. Okay, and we're going to do one last one. Now I'm going to, thank you. Now I'm going to jump way low, right? We were just higher in our voices. Now we're going to go way low. So please don't be hard on yourself. If you don't get this one, it's going to be a little tricky. This is almost an octave difference, okay? It's a big difference. So higher voices and then low voices down here where I cannot sing. Here comes the answer. Twinkle, twinkle, 1, 5, perfect fifth. How do we do with perfect fifths? Did we do okay? We're going to move on to major thirds. Are there any questions on perfect fifths? Okay. All right, so next we're going to work on thirds. Remember when we first started today's lesson, we sang 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. And we just learned how to sing 1, 5 by using Twinkle, Twinkle. So what songs do we use if we want to get to the 3 from the 1 instead of the 5? We know 1, 5. How do we get to 1, 3? So the song I like to use to memorize 1 to major 3 is Oh, when the saints go marching in. But it's just the O and the when. Oh, when. Okay? So when you're ear training major thirds, what you want to do is find your starting pitch and sing Oh, when the saints go marching in your head. Sing the whole first line, if that's what you need to establish the key. But then go back and just go, oh, when the saints, oh, when. Okay, that's my major third. All right? There's some other songs that you can use for major thirds. And I'm going to share these ones with you too because they're really helpful because they actually show you the entire triad. And those 2 songs are Kumbaya and Obla Di Obla Da by the Beatles. Okay? So, Kumbaya, my Lord. The very first Kumbaya is the entire major triad. So you can memorize and ear train what a major triad sounds like by singing Kumbaya. Or Obla Di, Obla Di, Obla Da, life goes on, bra, ha ha la la la, life goes on. It's that first Obla Di, Obla Da, okay? So Kumbaya and Obla Di are going to give you the full major triad, ascending, which means from low notes to high notes, okay? And Twinkle Twinkle Little Star is going to give us our perfect fifth. And then Oh, When the Saints is going to give us our major third. That was a lot of information and I rapid fired it at y'all. Do you have any questions? Okay. So let's now practice our major thirds. We're going to use Oh, When the Saints, or if you want to use the Kumbaya of Kumbaya or the Obla of the Obla Di, you can use whatever works best for you. We're going to start where we began. So if this is your 1, can you find the major 3 above it using a song of your choice? Go ahead and sing the note you think the answer is, and then I will play it for you. Here we go. Oh, when the saints, oh, when. Are you singing this note? If you are, you got it correct. Thirds are harder than fifths. So if you didn't get it correct right away, don't be hard on yourself. Remember, remind yourself, singing is a motor skill, ear training is a motor skill. I didn't get it this time, but that's okay. If I keep working at it, my brain is elastic. I have neuroplasticity. I will learn if I keep trying. Okay? No shame in being a beginner or being new here. If you want to learn it and you work for it, you will. You have a supercomputer in your head, and it will learn if you keep putting information into it. So how did we do? Did we get the major third? Let's try one more time. Here comes the answer. Oh, when the saints, when you should be singing this note. All right. We're going to move it around now. I'm going to move it to different places on the keyboard so we are, remember, effectively transposing this major third now. And we're going to use Oh When the Saints or a different song from our toolkit to find the major third above. Okay? Here we go. Here's your next pitch. Low voice, high voice. Here comes the answer. 3. Oh, when the saints, oh, when. This is what they sound like together. The 1 and the 3. Okay? Which is a very typical interval for a vocal harmony. Okay? Hi, Des. Nice to see you. All right. Moving on. And like I said, y'all, if there's any questions, drop them in the chat. I will take the time to answer. Okay? New starting pitch. Here we go. Low voice, high voice. Here comes the answer. 3. 1, 3. Oh, when the saints, oh, when. Cool. How are we doing with thirds? They're trickier. Are we getting it? Do you want me to slow down? Are you ready to just keep moving on, going ahead? How's everybody doing out there? We are quiet today and it's okay. No judgment. I just want to make sure that everybody's understanding. Okay. Cool. Next starting pitch. Low voice, high voice. 1. Here comes the answer. 3. I didn't get the first one, but I've gotten the rest. Awesome. Edgar, that's incredible. Showing improvement. And that's the best thing that we can ask for. Heck yeah. Cool. All right, we're going to do 2 more of these. New pitch. High voice, low voice. Can you find the major third above this starting pitch? Here comes the answer. 1, 3. Or if you have a low voice, 1, 3. Now we're going to do one more, and it's going to be in a low part of our range. We were just in a high part of our range. We're going to go to a low part now. So this one might be a little harder. High voice, low voice. This note down here I cannot hit. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, when. Here's your major third above. Are you singing this note? If you are, you got it correct. Cool. So how did we do with singing perfect fifths and major thirds? The next ear training exercise I want to do with you all, and it'll be our last one for this live, is it's going to be a listening exercise. So instead of singing, you might need your voice to work this out, but instead of singing, I'm going to play a musical interval. It's going to be either a perfect fifth or a major third. And you're going to have to decide. You can drop it in the comments or you can just say it out loud at home. Am I hearing a perfect fifth or am I hearing a major third? Okay, and this is a really great exercise for people who want to sing vocal harmony, because when we hear all the notes of the triad, 1, 3, 5, 3, 1, it can be really tricky to determine. You can hear all three notes. A lot of people can hear all three notes, but it can be really hard to know which note is the 1, which note is the 3, and which note is the 5. So when we practice hearing and identifying perfect fifths versus major thirds, then we start to get an idea of when we're hearing a third versus when we're hearing a fifth. Does that all make sense? Any questions? And friendly reminder to those who are new here or just joining that if you want a deeper understanding of the music theory behind this and you want to learn how to practice major triads, both music theory and ear training at home, whether you play an instrument or not, go to my link tree in my bio and download the free Vocal Harmony 101 PDF. You give me your email, and in exchange you get the free PDF, and it will guide you through learning how to play major triads and ear training practice at home. Okay? Are you ready for our listening game? Okay. So right now I'm going to play an interval, and I'm going to play these intervals all over the keyboard because I want your ears to be able to hear high pitches and low pitches. Dan's ready. Let's go. All right. So the answer is either going to be perfect fifth or major third. First one. Are we hearing a perfect fifth or are we hearing a major third? I'll play it 3 times. I'll turn the keyboard up a little bit too. Okay. Before I tell you the answer, I'm going to tell you how I would figure this out. So what I'm going to do is, because we just learned how to ear train from the lowest pitch, from the 1, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to find the low note. That's the low note. How do I know it's the low note? Because the other note is da, which is higher in my voice. Okay, so now I know I'm on the low note. Okay, I know I'm on the low note now. This is my low note. So now I'm going to sing "Oh When the Saints," and I'm going to sing "Twinkle Twinkle" to figure out which interval I'm hearing. Oh, when... nope, that's not the second note. Twinkle, twinkle. Okay, this must be a perfect fifth. Did that make sense how I worked that out? And the reason this is so tricky is because your ear is going to want to fill in the missing third, because we hear triads all over Western music. Okay. Oh, when... See, it sounds nice with the perfect fifth, but I'm not playing it. I'm playing this note and this note. Make sense? If it sounds like something a Gregorian monk would sing, it's usually a fifth. Yes, thank you for sharing your wisdom, Dan. That is absolutely correct. All right, cool. So let's try another one. Here we go. Step 1, try to find the low note of these 2 notes. Once you find the low note, sing your song. Sing your song to identify a major third. Sing your song to identify a perfect fifth. Are you hearing a perfect fifth or are you hearing a major third? Can be tricky. Play it 3 times and then I'll give you the answer. Twinkle, twinkle. This was another perfect fifth. Yes, your ear is wanting to fill in the major third. Okay? Keep trying. Keep trying. It's not a bad thing that your ear is wanting to fill in the major third. It means you hear thirds, which is good. It's a good problem to have. Okay. All right, here's another one. Find the low note. Okay, here's the low note. So now that we know the low note, can you figure out if it's a third or a fifth? Okay, I'll play 3 times, then give the answer. 1, 3. Oh, when tricky, right? Hearing the difference between thirds and fifths is hard. So don't get down on yourself if it's not working out for you today. I still get these confused, and I've been a professional singer for 15 years. So they kind of blend all in, right? You use the wrong song. That's okay. Remember, we're going to use Oh and the Saints for thirds, and we're going to use Twinkle Twinkle for fifths. You know what else is a good trick, actually, and I just thought of this too. If you find the lowest note, you can sing Kumbaya, my Lord, or you can sing Obladi, Oblada, and figure out which is the other note. Is it the Kumbaya or the Ya? So, for example, that might look like Kumbaya. Well, I don't hear the Ya, so it's got to be a third. Kumbaya. Make sense? All right, let's try a few more of these. Am I a third or am I a fifth? Here's the low note. Can you figure it out if I give you the one? It's a perfect fifth. You know what else I just realized? It starts off like the beginning of a perfect fifth. Sounds like the beginning of that song. What was it called? The Rose? Here's the time. Right? I feel like, I don't really know that song well, but I feel like I had a friend in high school who used to play it on the piano and sing it all the time. Oh, you love that song. Awesome. It's the beginning, right? I don't know it that well, but I'm correct, right? That's how it starts. How did we do? Did we get that one correct? All right, let's do a few more. We're going to do them rapid fire. I have to eat dinner still, so I'm going to sign off in about 5 minutes. So that also means if you have any questions about anything that we've worked on today, to please drop it in the comments so that I have time to answer it before I go. Okay? All right, here's our next one. Am I a major third or a perfect fifth? Here's the low note. Use your tools. What do you think it is? 1, 3. I'm a third. I'm a major third. Okay. Here comes the next one. Am I a major third or a perfect fifth? Here's the low note. Can you figure it out? Yes, very good. It's a fifth. Congrats. Fantastic. Okay, here we go. Here's your next one. Am I a perfect fifth or a major third? Here's the low note. Twinkle, twinkle, I am a perfect fifth. Okay, next one. Here it comes. Here's the low note. Am I a major third or a perfect fifth? Oh, when the saints, oh, when I'm a major third. Okay, two more. Okay, we're gonna go higher now. Am I a perfect fifth or a major third? No hints this time. Here comes the answer. Twinkle, twinkle, perfect fifth. Okay. And a new one. Am I a major third or a perfect fifth? No hints. I I didn't know about the Check My Pitch website. Thank you for the info. You're very welcome. And if you don't know what Dan is talking about, if you go to my link tree and you scroll all the way to the bottom, there's a free resource called checkyourpitch.com. And if you're not certain if you're able to match pitch, also known as like singing in tune, that's a great resource to help you work on that skill. That's like the most basic skill for singing first, right? First, you have to be able to hear and match the pitch with your voice. So if you're not able to do that, that's step one. Go check out checkyourpitch.com. All right, do we have an answer? Am I a third or a fifth? Here's the low note, oh when the saints. Okay. Cool. How do we do with those? Those are hard. Do we do okay? This is also the first time I've done that type of ear training on TikTok Live and YouTube Live. So friends, if you're new to my community, welcome. This is the Harmony Nerd community. And my name is Tara. For those who don't know me, I'm a professional singer in New York City. I'm also a singing teacher and music educator and content creator. And I offer free music education 5 days a week on both TikTok and YouTube Live. There are many ways to support me so that I can keep this content free. Okay, and one of those ways is by liking, following, sharing. If you're on TikTok, I am new on YouTube, so I would love it if you would pop over to YouTube. I am the same handle, @ResidentHarmonyNerd. You can also find it in my link tree. If you would just pop over there and subscribe, that's a huge help because I'm just starting to grow my YouTube. If you have the means to send me a tip, I do take tips. You can go to my link tree. I think it's the third button down. It says tip me please. You click on that link and it'll open up my Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, all that information. Even $1 helps. Every little bit helps me to keep this content free and accessible for everyone. And I also offer something called a vocal assessment, which is they're $75 for 30 minutes, but there's a lot of value packed in those. And this is my, yes. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for all the roses. That's another great way to support me. Thank you. Yes, I appreciate it. The vocal assessment is for people who want to improve their singing, but don't necessarily have the time or money to commit to regularly scheduled voice lessons. Now, I do teach one-on-one online, and I teach weekly or bi-weekly. So if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, you can check out my website, which is in my link tree, or you can reach out to me via DM or email. And how I do that is I usually do a consultation to make sure that we're a good fit, that I can help you sing how you want to sing, and then we, work together, or we don't. I'm not the kind of person who's going to take your money if I can't help you, right? If you want to learn a vocal technique that I'm not skilled in, I'm going to send you to one of my vocal coach friends. I'm not going to just teach you anyway. Now, the vocal assessment is a little 30-minute meeting online where you come to me prepared, right? You sing some warm-ups at home by yourself, and then you sing for me 2 karaoke songs. And one karaoke song you do really good with, and one karaoke song you struggle with, okay? And karaoke tracks are easy to find on YouTube, Spotify, things like that. And so then what I do is I listen really well, and then usually we have like 10 to 15 minutes after you sing your song to work on pain points, right? The challenges that you faced in the karaoke song that you were less confident with. And then we record it, and what you get back from this vocal assessment is your recording, so you can watch back and try to listen for what I heard, see like, oh, that's where Tara heard I was a little out of tune, or like, oh, that's where I need to work on my breath. So you get a recording, and you also get a spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet is money, because with the spreadsheet, you get a column for what you do really well and a column for what you need to work on. And then the third column, which is the best, is hyperlinks to free resources so that you can improve your singing voice on your own using exercises I've recommended for you so that you can get better and better and better. And then when you're ready for new feedback, you just book a new vocal assessment. So this way you can keep becoming a better singer, even if you don't have time and or money for regularly scheduled lessons. Thank you, Anthony, for sharing the live. Thomas, thank you for the follow. Dan, thank you for the roses. And Yaz, thank you for the roses. Definitely tricky, but I'm learning it. Awesome. Good. You just keep plugging away. And something I haven't mentioned yet is that the cool thing about YouTube is when these lives are finished, they're automatically reposted to YouTube. So like if this was tricky for you and you want to go back and practice everything we did today, go to YouTube. You'll find playlists. I have an Ear Training Tuesday replay playlist. And I have a playlist for every day of the week. So if you missed a music theory lesson or an ear training session and you want to go back and do it on your own, just hop over to my YouTube and all of the replays are available there. Dan, diminished next. We'll do diminished at some point. I'm starting with basics. I've been doing this for about, I don't know, maybe two months. I've been going live every day. And we did have a session on minor triads, like, I don't know, maybe 6 weeks ago. So I will kind of recycle the lessons and come back to them. But if you want to check that one out, it definitely is on the Ear Training Tuesday playlist, replay playlist on YouTube. Okay. Dan says, do you know about the artist Maddie Ashman? She performs microtonal music. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. So what Dan is referring to, for people who maybe don't know, so when we're working in these sessions that I do Monday through Friday, we are working with Western music, right? This is a scale that is tuned to A440 and it consists of 12 unique pitches. Okay? And the smallest increment in Western music is what we call a half step. Okay? But in Eastern music, like in raga and stuff like that, they have what we call microtones, which is like a quarter of a step. So there's actually a note that is in between these two notes. We don't use that in Western music, but in Eastern music they do. So that's what Dan is referring to. And I don't know Maddie Ashman. I'm going to screenshot this, boop, and check it out because I love it. I think it's so cool. It's such beautiful. Yes, thank you so much. I'm heading out. Thank you, yes. I appreciate you. That be sharing the live. Thank you, honey. Thomas, can you vocal coach me online? Of course, not for free. Yep, I do. I offer lessons, and you can go to, if you go to my link tree. Hey, Jeffrey, nice to see you. I'm back. I'm fine. My travels are finally over. So if you go to my link tree, my website is there. So my website will have all the rates and everything like that. And then what we usually do for new students is I do like an hour consultation, and that costs $150. And then from there, we decide what is going to help you the best for your goals. Like, do we work well together? Do we want to keep working well together? If we do work well together, you know, do you want 30-minute lessons or 45-minute lessons or 60-minute lessons? Do you want them every week or every other week, right? And then you can buy lessons in packages to make them a little bit more affordable. And the cost of your consultation goes towards the cost of your package if you choose to buy a package. So like if say you want to buy 5 30-minute lessons, you get $150 off, but that also takes away one of your lessons, if that makes sense. I'll explain it further if we decide we want to work together, but check it out, Thomas. All right. I hope you tell musical jokes in lessons. What musical keys do cows sing in B flat? I'm gonna leave the dad jokes to you, Dan. That was a good one. I've been traveling a lot. This past week, I had a couple of gigs, one in Mexico and one in South Carolina. And the flight attendant, when I was getting off the aircraft back in New York City, she was like, "What do you call a bagel that likes to fly?" Plain bagel. So I appreciate dad jokes, but I'm not the one to tell them in lessons. I'm sorry. I hate to say. So, all right, my dear friends, this is the end of our Ear Training Tuesday session for today. Don't forget you can go back and watch the replay on YouTube, Ear Training Tuesday replays playlist. I also have Music Theory Mondays that you can go back and watch the replay on, explaining more music theory about the major triad. You can also sign up for my email list at my link tree, and in exchange, you'll be emailed a free PDF. The name of the PDF is Vocal Harmony 101, but Vocal Harmony 101, in my opinion, is major triads. So that free PDF is going to teach you how to practice major triads on your own. All right. To those of you who are new, welcome to the Harmony Nerd community. I'm so very happy that you're here. My name is Tara. And to my friends who have been around for a while, I love you and I appreciate you. And thank you for helping me build this lovely, supportive music community that we're building together. Okay. Tomorrow we'll do Warm Up Wednesday. I have it scheduled for 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, right? We're in Daylight Savings Time now. So it'll be at 11 a.m. And what Warm Up Wednesday is I show you how I warm up as a professional singer. And so you can ask questions and figure out ways to develop your own warm up routine. Okay. And these sessions usually only last about 30 minutes. So it'll be from 11 to 11:30 tomorrow. We'll do a little bit of stretching, a little bit of breathing, and a little bit of vocal warm-ups, okay? And I'll walk you through everything I do. Thursday, we have free voice lesson Thursdays. I don't have a topic yet. If there's something you want to learn for singing, you can let me know. That's also 11 a.m. And then Friday is Frequency Friday. The time is still TBD. I have an appointment that I'm kind of waiting to confirm still, but it'll probably be sometime between 12 and 2. And Frequency Fridays is when we get into the hard stuff. What is holding you back? Why is it holding you back? What is the root cause? Can we get to the root of it? Can we work it out together? Can we hold these difficult things together in community to make them seem a little less heavy? Right? Because everybody has imposter syndrome. It doesn't matter that I've been a professional singer for 15 years. I get insecure sometimes. Right? It doesn't matter where you are. So I think it's really important for us to have each other and support each other in that way. Nice to meet you too. Music is Code. I got to tell y'all, I did a workshop with Sarah Bareilles in September, and she was talking about imposters. Freaking Sarah Bareilles gets imposter syndrome. That means everybody gets it, right? She's so commercially successful with her songwriting and her music, and her voice is just incredible. So no shame. No shame in being a beginner. No shame in putting ourselves out there in the world. We're working to de-shame. We're working to learn. We're working to put ourselves out there into the world. None of these tasks are easy. It's hard to be a human being. So, everybody, thank you so much for being here. My name is Tara. I'm signing off for tonight, and I will see you in the morning for Warm Up Wednesday. Love you, love you. Thank you for being a part of the community. Have a great night. Bye.